Howdy guys, good evening. Week 5, and this is our first resistance session of this week. It's kind of the final one in the building blocks of everything that we've been doing as well. It is the second part of last week's session format, which was about speed and power at the start and moving through to the more static or sort of compound but generally kind of simpler exercises at the end. So I'm going to use 2 different weights today. I'm going to start off with my 12 kilo kettlebell. So for my first exercises, my fast, powerful exercises are going to be with the lighter weight. The middle section, the core section, I'm going to stick with that because it's kind of a new exercise that we're going to be going through today. And then the third round, which is our sort of compound and more static lifts, I'm going to go with a slightly heavier, with a 16. Okay, so up to you guys if you want to increase your weight through, as we talked about last week, or you can stick with the same weight. Importantly, have that fairly nice, light, comfortable weight for the first round, because that's going to be the fast, powerful stuff. We're going to fly through today, guys. It's a 30-minute session, that's all. So we're going to go straight into the warm-up now, get ourselves going, get ourselves warm, straight into our stuff, our resistance work. Okay, ready? In 3, 2, 1, then jogging on the spot. 2, 1, let's go. 20 seconds, high knees on the spot. And then we're going to do a round of anti-mobility, and then we're going to get back up and do another round, jogging on the spot. Okay, in 3, 2, 1, back with your mat. And so the forward fold, and walk your hands out. And we'll get a spider rotation either side. Those hips sink nice and low. And then drop the hips. Send them up high and behind you into your down dog. Take the calves for a walk, and walk the hands back up, articulate up, and jog on the spot. Then 20 seconds jog. Try and increase the intensity each round. So we're going to go 3 rounds of this through. Just try and increase the intensity of that jogging on the spot. And crawl down to your forward fold and walk it out. Nice spider rotation. Drop the hips. Down facing dog. Just about 10 or 12 dynamic calves stretches there. Walk it back up. Articulate up. And back to our jog. And really get those knees up now. High hip drive. Knees up level with your hips or higher. Using the arms, driving the arms as well. Staying on the balls of your feet. And hold it there. Final round then of mobility. Rotation either side. Drop your hips, shoulders away from your ears. And send the hips back and high. And walk it back up. Okay, just going to finish off then with some nice high tall positions and dropping down into our strong catch position. Punch your tiptoes and go, drop and land. 3 more times. Punch your tiptoes, go, Nice, strong, solid base of support. Tiptoes, drop. 2 more times, guys. Up we go. Drop. Last one. Up onto your toes, hold, balance, drop. Good work. Okay, get your first weight, then your lightweight ready. And the first round is going to be right arm snatch. Okay, so remember from here, nice tall, strong position, slight bend of the knee. We drive up like we're doing on those high pulls, right the way over, and we catch, arm extended above our head. Okay, we've got 40 seconds here, and we're going to go 8 repetitions. Ready? 2, 1, let's go. If you've got a dumbbell, it's a lot easier to catch at the top. Remember, like we said last time, when we were doing the snatches, if you've got the kettlebell, like I have, make sure that you punch that hand up to the ceiling at the end, just to stop the kettlebell from whacking down onto your forearm. 1 more. And we're going to switch sides. So the weight not too heavy here, because your objective is to get that weight traveling as quickly as possible above head height by using those legs, hips driving forward, up onto your toes. So full extension from your hips, knees and ankles. Then that strong catch position at the top. 2 more. Nice. Okay, we're going to drop down now. Pop your weight down, bit of shoulder work. We're going to do a press up plus. So, we perform a press up, and then we drive the shoulder blades apart, squeeze them together, and another press up. Shoulder blades drive apart, so a protraction and a retraction, and then another press up. Apart, together. So lots of shoulder, scapular control. Just 5 reps of these. Good work, hold it there. Go back to the weight, guys. It's another reason why we're not doing super heavy on this one now, because we're just going through these rounds. Ready? Let's go. With speed as well as power. So if the weight was super heavy, then you're going to fatigue a lot quicker here. And that's 8. Whereas we don't want to be getting masses of fatigue at the start of this session. And we go other side. I want to be moving quickly. I want to be moving the weight quickly with control. And I want to be moving between exercises quickly as well. So I'm keeping a good level of momentum going throughout this entire set. And hold it there. Back to our press up plus. Which, as we do start to increase the weight, then we go from power exercise, let's go, into power endurance. One more. And hold it there. Good work. Final round then. So we're 3 rounds of each sets of exercise here. Back to our right hand snatch. Are we ready? 3, 2, 1, let's go. Try and when you pull the weight up, keep it close to your body. So we're not trying to swing the weight out in front of our body here. Trying to really pull it up a couple of inches in front of the torso. And rest it there. Final time on the left hand. Are we ready? 3, 2, 1, let's go. Also using a little bit of the shrug. Yes, up into the shoulder. As you extend hips, knees and ankles, you're also pulling upright from here. And that gets the weight moving up overhead without you actually having to do a huge amount of pulling with your arm. Whew. All right, weight down. Final round of press-ups, just 5. Here we go. Let's do it. Drive up, so a little bit of power element in there as well. And then squeeze the shoulder blades apart and together. Last one. Nicely done. Okay, good work. First set is done, complete. We've got 1 minute of rest. I'm going to fill my bottle. Get your drinks ready. Right, so this next exercise is we're going to start with a power press, and then over the last few weeks we've been going into lunges and we've been dropping back the same leg as the arm that we've got elevated. We're flipping it round for this exercise, so we stay strong on the same leg as the arm, and we're going to lunge down with the opposite one. And we're going to go all the way down to the floor, okay? So we press here, we're going to take it down to one knee, left hand's going to go down to the floor, right foot, left foot comes through, and I take myself all the way down to the ground, and then I repeat it, and I come back to standing, okay? So right arm here, we power press, drive up to the ceiling, left leg steps back, down to the knee, left hand goes to the floor, my eyes go up to my weight now. I watch my weight, bring my left foot through, down to seated, onto my elbow, down to the floor. I then punch up, rotate up to my elbow, and back up to my hand. And from here, I can raise my hips to create some space, bring my leg underneath, back up into my sort of lunge position, and stand back up straight. Okay? Lower your weight. Switch hands. We'll try one of those on the left side. Ready? Power press to start off with. We go, power press, right leg goes back, here. Untuck the back toes, right hand to ground, eyes to weight. Bring your right foot through, down to your bottom, elbow, and back down to the floor. And then press this left hand up to the ceiling, up onto my elbow. Then into tall post position, hips can go high, leg comes underneath, back to my split squat. Get myself comfortable, stand back up on that side. Okay, have a little breather. That's our action. We're going to go 2 more rounds of those. I did 1 get up and 45 seconds. 45 seconds is all we're going to do with it. Your aim now is to go 3, if you can, on each side by round. And if you're still kind of computing the movement, you might only do 1 rep. That's absolutely fine. You might get through it a little bit better and get 2 reps in. So the golden aim is 3, not necessarily in tonight's session. See how you get on with it. Try and move as fluently and as controlled as you can. Ready? Let's go. You can move yourself down and up quite smoothly, lower to your shoulder, press back up again. And you might have noticed when I went up, I didn't do my hips up. And I don't really need to at the minute because of the weight, so I can get my leg through without having to drive my hips up to create space. Good, switch sides. Important that you don't rush and go crashing down to the ground. But at the same time, we want to try and build some nice, fluid, swift, controlled movement. Now I'll just get this third repetition in. You might need to move your hands and elbows around a little bit just to work around to keep your balance. And rest. Whew. We've got one more round of those. It's a great exercise for coordinating movement, but also it's really good for the shoulder. Allow the weight to sit into your shoulder, so don't try and force the weight up high. Just allow it to be supported, let's go, by your shoulder. Don't forget to keep your eyes on the weight, all the way to the only time you can take your eyes off is here. Eyes forward when you stand back up. As soon as you're down to the ground, just keep a check on that. It's going to help you balance. It's going to help you stabilize. It's going to help keep you facing central as well. Get one more done. I'll just show you the bridge on this final rep. There, through, and up. Change sides. We go again. Final round. You might find, like me, your mat moving around quite a bit on the floor. I usually find with these Turkish get-ups though, if you can, go down, get to the ground, come back up, and still be facing the same direction, then you're doing a good job. And done. Whew. Okay, so those are my 2 rounds done now with my 12 kilo weight. To progress that, the Turkish get-ups with a 16, doable, really doable. I might not be quite going those 3 rounds through, okay? So the 3 rounds is a mixture of being able to obviously comfortably carry that weight, but be learning the movement pattern as well. And so over half term, a lot of your kind of homework, a lot of the sessions that I'm going to ask you guys to do over half term, your 2 or 3 sessions, will include that get-up, that Turkish get-up, in order to practice the movement. 30 seconds then, guys, and we've got our sumo deadlift. So legs nice and wide, toes slightly out, kettlebell or weight in between your ankle bones, okay, so directly underneath you. If you've got a dumbbell, stand it up on its end, not flat to the floor, okay, and you're there, hips go backwards, soft bend in the knee, don't squat down to it, hips go back to pick up the weight, all right? We're 20 repetitions of this. Ready? Let's go. Don't know why I let go of it then. old habits, I think. I always used to do these where I'd do a pick up, a drop it down, and then I'd do a deadlift without the kettlebell. So there, stand up without, go down and pick up, which is fine and it's good. But when you try and do 20 repetitions, it can be quite difficult within a minute. Now for this exercise, I know I can go heavier on these sumos. 2 more. And place it down. But for this next pulling exercise, it's an interesting one. So we stand, big wide lunge here, okay? Kettlebell or weight inside. So right hand if left foot's forward. I'm holding myself there on this front leg. Nice strong position, strength through my core, weight comes off the floor here, and I row. And it's 10 rows. Okay, the rowing action, doable with the weight, but the whole position that we're stood in there is what makes that a challenge. Switch sides. So we're here, hit yourself nice and strong on this front foot. I row with both arms here, and that's to stop me from turning and rotating. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But also I've got this front glute under contraction, and I'm working the opposite shoulder. So I've got that nice cross sling working across my back there. This kind of exercise, when we increase the weight on it, you will be in a position whereby you're supported on a chair or something to increase the load, okay? But for this one, in terms of being in our lunge position, we need to build the strength from here. Deadlifts, let's go. Make sure you squeeze the hips through so you stand up nice and tall. And you've got to feel this in your hamstrings and your glute as you go forward. So no bending, no rounding at the back. Keep your heels flat on the ground. 5 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. So you see here on these ones, they're a bit simpler movements. You can here start to get in and out some weight. I'll give you that opportunity during next week's workouts. Okay guys, back to our lunge. Nice strong balanced position. Support yourself on your front leg, lift through your middle, and 10 rows. Key thing here is the intent of the row. Drive and slowly lower, drive, lower. Without any movement, if you can, through any of your back body. I think that was 10. So without lifting up, okay? It's all got to come from the back of the shoulder and the arm. Switch sides. Support strong through here, go. Want a straight line all the way, if you can, from your back leg through to your shoulder. Hold it there. So we don't want any kinks in the armour there. Got a nice, straight, powerful line to make sure that we're not putting any stress other than the kind of the dynamic stress, I guess, that we want on the lower back. We're not putting any excessive stress on there. Okay, final round, folks. 20 sumos, 10 on each arm. Ready? Let's go. start doing my pick down and let goes again. I've done 5 reps in 15 minutes. 15 minutes? 15 seconds. Well, about 16 seconds. So 20 would take pretty much all the minute. If you want a way of taking this on, sure, you can do that. Make sure those knees don't bend too much, guys. Don't want you squatting down here. That's 3 or 4 more. Sure you guys are all keeping count. Last one. Okay, in we go. Final round of our running lunge rows. Nice and strong, guys. Let's go. Good stuff. Switch sides. So you see we're lowering slowly, dynamically driving up. That's the intent we're looking for with regards to this. So it's about putting the intent through the load just as much as actually the load itself. Nice work. You guys are probably going to be feeling a little bit kind of work rate that takes through your supporting muscles up in your back. And again, that's one of the reasons why we're not going super heavy with that load. If we were resting on something, there's a chair, for example, here, and your upper half of your body is supported there. That's when we can really start to add load to a row. I want to get that dynamic body control going with it. Alright guys, let's stretch it out. Down into press up position. Lower yourself down to the ground. Forearms flat. And raise your chest and shoulders. Neck nice and long. Lift the crown of your head. Keep your abdominals engaged so you get that nice stretch through those abdominals. And then work it back up onto the hands. Bring your knees forward a bit if you need to. And then sink it backwards. Really get that nice back body stretch. On that final exercise, that rowing one, you can, bring it up now guys, right knee forward. You can, if you want to, support your arm on your knee here. I was rowing with both hands. You can add support there if you want to. Okay, just rock it forward then. So drop those hips towards that front heel. But the aim is to try and build the strength through here, through this middle section. That's what we want. That's the thing that's going to challenge the most. Not the actual row, it shouldn't do. If you're finding that you can't pull the weight up, that's either a combination that the weight's too heavy or here's not strong enough yet. Okay? So the rowing action should be fairly comfortable, I guess. Probably not the right word, but you want to have that intent. It needs to be not, you know, like a super lightweight. It needs to be fairly comfortable. Doing those 10 reps, it's like if it wasn't for your back, if you were holding yourself onto a chair or a block, then you'd be able to go kind of 15, 20, 25 reps probably on that weight. Back to the right leg forward, tuck those back toes now. Really get into these hip flexors. Nice big stretch out on those. And we'll just finish with our hammies and shoulders. And switch sides again. Back toes tucked. So this was literally 32 minutes. Super speedy through this one. Again, as the weights increase, like we said before guys, as the weights increase, bring yourself down to your bottoms. You're going to take bigger rests in between. That first round that we did of snatches, right leg out, left leg bent, reach down towards the toes. That first round of snatches, that was any kind of super heavy weight, you're going to need more rest. You wouldn't be able to fly through the exercises as we did there. The whole point of that was just to keep us going, get our heart rates going, get the blood flowing, and have a load that was easy to still, not easy, but was still fairly comfortable to move at a quick speed, a quick rate. And if you're finding that, particularly with the weight that you did for week 1, then that just shows how much progression you've made. Your body's getting used now to holding and moving that weight. And both legs together then. Slight bend in the knee if you want to. Reach around, grab the bottoms of your feet, grab over each your toes, hold your ankles. Just trying to get that chest down towards your thighs. And relax it up nice and slowly. Bring yourself back around to a tall plank position. Yeah. Drop the hips down. Open up through your chest, through your abdominals, and bring yourself up onto your knees. Again, here if you've got a sofa or a chair or a stool, something in front of you, take those arms up high, keep your back flat and strong, try not to arch through, and just lean down in to get that hyperextension through the shoulders. Be strong through your middle. Almost draw the hips back slightly as well, so we've got an elongation as well as that extension. And relax it forward. Plant the hands back into your tall plank and send the hips up high and behind you. And that final back body stretch. Head and neck relax. Press the hands, claw them into the ground. Soft knees, heels to ground. Back flat. Shoulders away from ears. And nice and slowly. 1 inch at a time. 1 spine at a time. Work your way up. Unfurl yourself. Shoulders back, chin up. Nice work, guys. Namaste.